first time I felt sympathy for Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He is between the devil and the deep blue sea. With that, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on your time zone and when I'm able to upload this video. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, 2 days back, did made a speech, and he said he is the one that people should not think that he is bad, that he is the one holding back from attacking Niger Republic. He is the one that is fighting to make sure that Niger Republic remain one piece. That he is the one that has done everything possible to make sure that democracy is restored back to Niger Republic. Because there's third party involved, and this third party are pushing. Who are this third party? He didn't say it, but we all knew who the third parties are. These are France, America, NATO, European Union, IMF, World Bank. Imagine you caught in the midst of these third parties that I have mentioned. If it was you, you will be in trouble. Especially if you're a man who does not have a clean sheet. They could blackmail you at any time. Do you know what IMF is doing to Africa? Do you know what the World Bank is doing to Africa? Do you know what the European Union is doing to Africa? Do you know what France is doing to Africa? Do you know what America is doing to Africa? If you know, then you will know really Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in a very big trouble. And we should feel sympathy for him. We should feel sympathy for him. You see, they said that there is nobody that is absolutely bad. Even if you a man that everybody has accepted as a bad man, you will still have some element of goodness in him. So there is nobody that is absolutely good too. A man that everybody has accepted that is good will still have some elements, a flaw. And that's what makes heroes. That little flaw in them. And that little flaw in them could bring them down. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a flaw, and that is his past. And these people are capitalizing on his past to try as much as possible to blackmail him. Yes. You see, a lot of people think that the exchange rate is getting higher and higher and higher, which means our naira is getting worthless. Do you know that these are one of the conditions for giving Bola Ahmed Tinubu loan? But a lot of people have said that if really he wants to really have an independent, Nigeria is rich enough so that we don't look for loan. How? We have refinery. Why not? Why not? The little that you have left, why not use it to open our 4 refineries that we have? In a question of 6 months, Nigeria will be buoyant if there is no corruption. I was talking to a guy yesterday, and the guy enlightened me. He said we should try and avoid IMF and World Bank because of their double standard for Africa. I will tell you why. I think some 2 years back, immediately after the COVID, Spain wanted to borrow money from IMF or the World Bank or something like that. And the interest rate for Spain was 1.2. That was the interest rate it was IMF, International Monetary Fund, gave Spain. And Spain vehemently rejected it. Spain was annoyed. How will you give me an interest rate that is 1.2? Spain said, no. We cannot pay any interest rate more than 1%. Imagine if the World Bank is borrowing Spain 100 naira. So Spain is saying they cannot pay more than 1 naira. But if it comes to Africa, the International Monetary Fund will be asking for 28% from us. Between 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28%. And they will also give us conditions. The reason that they are doing all this is that they are not sure if we can pay. So they will tell you, sack. You have a lot of civil servants on your list. Sack, reduce your civil servants. Devalue your currency. But all these are in their interest. Why? Imagine if America is buying crude oil from Nigeria now. Now that it's almost 1 to 100, which means if America comes with $100, they were able to buy a crude oil worth 100,000 naira. If it was 4 years back, when $100 was about maybe 25 or 30, they come in to buy crude oil with $100, they could only buy about 30,000 worth of crude oil. But now they can buy 100,000 worth of crude oil, and that is a triplicate of what they could buy. So that is what the European is doing. And it's not only Nigeria that is going through all this stress, or virtually all the African countries that have refused to have a good leader. Most of the African countries that have refused to have a good leader are going through this blackmailing. Why? Because most of all these corrupt leaders have their accounts, their houses, the money stolen in overseas. And if they did not buy this subjection that the European Union and all the other Western world is doing, they might forfeit their properties, their finance, the empire that they have built with stolen money, public fund. And at the end of the day, they are at risk. Do you know that when you are, especially if you are a politician, you are keeping money in overseas bank like Swiss bank, you don't have next of kin. So that if anything happens, the money now belongs to the state or the country where that money is being kept. That is exactly what happened. Do you know that a lot of African leaders have property in Spain? And when they have issue in terms of corruption and all the rest, instigated, first of all, the Western powers will try as much as possible to bring you out, make you dance to their tunes. And when you refuse, they will not come against you with your history, with your dark side, and they'll begin to persecute you. And whatever, at the end of the day, when you are being made to face the music, you lose all your property. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu says that he is the one holding on. If not, there's a third party that want him to attack immediately Niger. But the question we're asking is, you are holding on because you are afraid of your past. You are holding on because you are afraid of your investment abroad. You are holding on because you don't want them to come for your he-gotten words. That's why you are afraid. They said, a man that is down need fear no fall. If you are just a man like Peter or Obi, who goes about with one suit, a pair of shoes, and one wristwatch, and that's all, you cannot blackmail a man like Peter Obi. How will you? I will seize your house in London. He will tell you, go ahead. That is the only house I have, and it's not worth more than £300,000. You understand? So that is why they are able to blackmail him, because he does not have a clean sheet. And this is an example to all the other leaders. It is high time that we, African, begin to disassociate ourselves from the Western power. And the only way we can do this is if we have a clean sheet. If we have not sold our rope. If we have not done shady deeds with them in the past. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I sympathize with you. It's either you do their bidding or you lose the risk of being persecuted, and you might lose all your investments, everything that you've worked for, both genuinely and ingenuinely. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu, what is the way forward? What's the decision you have taken? Have you decided to work with the Western powers, or have you decided to fight for the interest of Africa? That's the question you might ask. We sympathize with you because you are in a dilemma. You are between the devil and the deep blue sea. But we also want to let you know that you cage yourself. Your past has turned up against you. I remember there's a parable my great people used to say, the Edo people. A man says, I am going into my house to sleep because I don't want any problem. The question is, what about the problem you did 2 days back? You're going to house to sleep today. Will you stop that problem from generating? That is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is saying, that he does not want any issue. And what about your past? What about your sore shit? They will definitely present themselves at your doorstep. They will definitely knock at your back door. They will definitely come to you. This is the time for you to take a retrospective look. Do you want to continue hiding in the shady history of your past? Or you want to come out and have a clean sheet? A lot of things, you might lose a lot of things, but I think the Nigerian people will really be happy with you if you just say, okay, first of all, the mandate that I stole, calling Peter Obi to come and take your mandate back, and public funds, properties that you've taken, you return them back. After all, money is not everything. Money can give you a lot of things, but can't give you peace. So the decision is in your hand. Just like what you said, the third party, the decision to play along the third party or to work against the third party rests on you, Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This is Ini TV. We are global and social commentator. We'll ask you to please subscribe to this channel, like and comment. After you subscribe, just press the notification bell button so that each time we upload video, it comes directly to you. And for our returning subscribers, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. We love you, but God love you most. And as it is the culture in this channel, we will catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say chooks, ciao, au revoir, adios, hasta la vista, bye bye. Thank you.